Hi everybody, this is CVGS, I'm the captain here, and welcome to another tournament fight that we have for you guys over at Toxic Card Shop here in Singapore. And this is a Japanese tournament fight, and we're seeing a matchup between Astoria Unica and Eva. Eva we've seen many times before, but I forgot to mention that the fighters here, Kane as well as Chi-Ying, playing today. And as the match goes underway, so as I was mentioning, Eva we've seen quite a bit of it also, but we haven't seen Astoria Unica because it just came out in the DPT-09 also, as I want to point out from there also. But I am glossing over the gameplay right now, which is where you guys want to see. So yeah, we're seeing Eva currently right now riding up and getting the set order card in place right there. So yeah, the Grade 1 promo order, which allows Eva to counter charge, is a very important promo, and what helps the Eva deck really get up into the meta levels also in the tournament scene also. But of course, Unica is actually making its premiere in the tournament scene, so we can see how strong it is in a competitive sense. As we see two Schwartz Spada now being called, the Regard Schwartz Spada attacking Eva currently. And yeah, the Vanguard Unica attacking right now. So yeah, guard for Obscure Dread. No trigger unfortunately, so yeah, the turn passes over. Unica is definitely interesting also, mainly because of the fact that for me, and because I played Dark States also, it's interesting to see that the first Vanguard is actually critical trigger, so giving up the potential draw for the second turn in exchange for guaranteeing one critical trigger is actually pretty wise also. And you know, we've seen people do stuff like this also, which also includes, like in Dark States again, the magical pony, if I believe I got the name correctly, being put into the right deck also, so that you can actually take it out and then take it in soul charge too. So that's very apparent in Barra Magnus builds. Still is to this day. So yeah. Alright, so calling out the Grade 2 Combined Rusher. So as long as you have enough research order in it, you can come out and call it out for the drop to the Regard Circle. But as you can see, the damage is being guarded off by Kane right now, so which is quite interesting because Unica doesn't technically use any Counter Blast as it rides up, if I remember correctly. So yeah, the Counter Blast really comes in later on also. So keeping the damage down actually is kind of helpful in the long run. So, but now getting another critical into the soul, so there's a total of 2 right there. And in case you guys are unaware, Astoria Unica revolves around binding criticals and getting power from criticals that are bound by its abilities as well. So we're looking at 3 here. There's 2 out of 3 done right now, which means that Unica's turn, if there's another critical that actually gets that's able to get bound, so through Unica's ability or the other unit's ability, can just have its full stock unlocked from there. So no trigger on both sides too as well. Bit of glare, but you guys can still definitely see whether it's a trigger unit or not a trigger unit as we go along. But yeah, so far it has been pretty quiet, or pretty uneventful, especially with the guards coming in and with you know, with all of the you know, setups being put into place. Alright, and then we can see there we have another, we have the Grade 3 research order came in from DPT-08, which actually when it's played, it allows the player to actually look for the top 5 cards and search for a Regard to call it the Regard Circle also. Really helpful for the Eva deck, so it allows it to reinforce also, so that it doesn't mostly come from hand or doesn't come from costs like Combined Rusher and all that. So yeah. As the card happens right now, Eva still has the turn going on, and of course Eva is still able to get Obscure Dread down. There are 3 research orders in place right now. Paying for Eva's ability, so there's 4 order cards, then choosing to put 1 into the hand, and then the rest gets sent to the bottom of the deck. Now I'll say this early right now also, we actually weren't able to procure the Eva players deck list. There was a mix-up on our end, so I'll let you guys know early. So I do not know what's exactly in the deck build, and you guys will definitely not see the deck build at the end of this video also. But nevertheless, we are still going to bring you the action through commentary and whatnot. And as we see the first attack coming in, just okay, with a boost, okay. But when coming in, we definitely need a counter charge as well, because otherwise Eva will not be able to perform ability to call out Obscure Dread also from the deck or from the hand. So Boba now going in, +2 soul, counter charge. And he'll make a very ideal, Soul Blast for Eva's skill happening currently right now. so getting called over on the Regard Circle, finding Obscure Dread, the Great Tree from there. So because he's caught by ability and his glitter ability pops off because it's Eva, so he does get plus additional critical. But so now that he has 3 cards in the damage, now he has 3 research in the order zone, I should say. He will be able to get that extra critical, and because he also got 3/2 as well, so instead of getting 5k when he attacks, he now gets plus 10k when he attacks. Alright, another Obscure Dread, a heal trigger, good heal, evening out the damage between Kane and Qing right now, or not for long, so it's now 2-1. And of course, also Unica still hasn't taken the field just yet, so but Obscure Dread is going to do as much damage as it possibly can. The turn passes over, so because of the critical trigger that made turn Dyna 20k. So, but here we go. Sorry, Unica. So turn Dyna skill, so that when it's rolled over by Unica, it gets to call out itself and Schwartz Spada out to Regard Circle. So that's just one column secured there. So. Alright, there's 2 criticals in Soul. Keep that in mind, because if Unica does have enough to pay for her Soul Blast, and she also will be able to give power for every trigger that was Soul Blasted by her ability. So yeah, calling out another critical on the side too as well. So and then calling down Kidspeak Griffin. Kidspeak Griffin allows it to actually put cards into the soul, trigger cards into the soul. Yes, 2 trigger units for the drop zone and put it into the soul. So that's the 3 right there. If Kane so chooses to, he can absolutely get all those 3 out, and Unica will be able to unlock her full potential also, which would include her giving a unit to a unit in the front row. Sorry, we're giving power to a unit, I should say. It gets plus 5k whenever a trigger gets put out, but also the other ability which allows her to retire 1 rear guard, Unica I mean, and then it gets plus 1 critical, and then it also gets plus 1 drive. So here we go, 3 criticals coming out, and then all of them are bound straight up. So yeah, we're seeing Unica in full benefits. So she does get a retire. Okay, so pointing out that one of the 5Ks actually went to the Kidspeak Griffin. We don't have any power counts from there, so if I make any mistakes, I apologize. I am listening to the audio. I'm hearing the fighters talk right now, and yeah, that's what I'm able to gather thus far. 2 of the 5Ks is actually onto Unica, so Unica is 23 right now, coming after the Vanguard. Double critical, triple drive 2 as well, because 3 of them have been bound straight through Unica's ability. Quite dangerous for the Eva player, so even though he's at 1, but still having to deal with a triple drive plus 1 critical Vanguard, never easy. So it's never easy. And Ting right now deciding what does put down for a guard. So it puts down the heal trigger that allows it to gain plus 15k shield if there's a natural critical from abilities, and heal trigger on Kane's side does heal 1, go back to 1, giving the power to turn Dyna. Third check, heal trigger, he goes back all the way to 0. Oof. Triple drive right there, so and plus power to Dyna one more time. Kidspeak Griffin taking out Obscure Dread. The drop zone is definitely one of the places where you want to keep Obscure Dread there as much as possible. Only 1 damage, but it's a heal trigger, so the heal trigger goes off, and yeah, Jing doesn't take a lot of damage this turn, so which is really interesting to see. But the turn passes over to him right now, but he's facing off against a very intimidating front line right there. So not a lot of people are familiar with what Unica does, so in terms of our competitive scene, so, or maybe they do at this point in time of this recording and whatnot. So. But there's a Persona right coming down, so all units of front row gets plus 10k. Obscure Dread being called down as well, not by ability, so it doesn't gain the extra critical because it needs to be called by ability. And it's mainly usually Eva's or any other unit's ability also where you will get that. So, but nevertheless, it still will get plus 5k when he attacks because that's its own ability. So the Great Tree Research Order's ability is that by resting 3 regards and soul blasting 1, choose one of your glitter units and gets plus 5k to the end of the turn. Okay, so right now, we're seeing Obscure Dread being called out, Eva skill actually being popped off right there. So color +1, soul +1, calling out the grade 2 Obscure Dread, which can attack the entire front row if it so chooses. And at the moment right now, so it's Chi-Ying's turn currently right now. He's trying to set up and attack straight up. So it attacks with Eva first, straight up, so he can get Obscure Dread out. So yeah, counting out the numbers from there. Obscure Dread does get plus 5k when it's called up when it attacks, and of course Obscure Dread plus 10k as well. There's Persona right across the board too as well. So at 0 damage, so would this be a no guard? So, but no, for Kane right now, Kane is being careful and wants to make sure that he doesn't take damage unnecessarily as much as he can. He's still at 0 damage, doesn't have that much need for counter blast, but calling for 2 triggers. First check, no trigger. Second check, critical trigger. The critical trigger going to that Obscure Dread on the right side, the grade 3 Obscure Dread. Oh, sorry, left side. Here's left. I always refer to the player's left. So, alright, so critical trigger, defensive trigger. So it's a 23 right there. Obscure Dread, the grade 2, will be able to attack. It should have enough power right now because 10, 25, yeah, it should have enough power. No damage, no trigger across the board, but it's 3 to 1 currently right now. Persona right coming down. Astoria Unica plus 1 draw. Astoria Unica just now at this point in time with 3 criticals in the bind. All you need to do right now is to get enough cards in the soul, which as you can see currently has enough right now. But make no mistake about it, so with cards like Short Spada, which actually can send a trigger unit from soul to bind in order to get it plus 10k power, it doesn't stop there. There's a lot of power that can go out still. So, you know, if Kane feels confident enough that he can actually send triggers into the soul to pay for Short Spada, especially through skills like Kid Speak, Griffin 2 as well. Yeah, just be able to absolutely provide enough triggers also to pay for the cost to gain more power also for the other units. Sorry, Unica set already. She just needs the 3 in the soul. So the early guards also plays a factor into Unica's play, I should say. Okay. Interestingly enough, pushing Short Spada up to attack right now. There is Persona right, so that's an 18k right there. Griffin should gain, does have plus 5k additional if there's a critical trigger unit in the bind zone. So that's a 25. Unica attacking first, Soul Blasting 3 in order to gain the abilities. You have to Soul Blast 3 in order to gain the abilities. I believe only 2 triggers went out from there, so I'm taking a listen right now and just double checking to make sure that the power is there. So looks like all the power is being given to Kid Speak. Alright, no guard. First check Clean Sweep Dragon, second Queen Sweep Dragon, third check Draw Trigger, draw 1, plus 10k to Short Spada. Alright, it's 2 damage because it's all been unlocked from there. Alright, there is one defensive trigger on the Eva side play. So Chi-Yin does have a 23k Vanguard currently right now. It would cancel out the Persona right. Counting out 18 plus 4. No, it's actually got the trigger too as well, the draw trigger if I'm not mistaken. So it's going after the Obscure Dread right now. And guarding, Kid Speak, guarding off for, or rather, Chi-Yin guarding off Kid Speak Griffin's attack right there. So. Alright, so currently no Persona currently. Right, putting down another of the grade 3 research. Top 5, is there anything worthwhile to get? An Obscure Dread, and calling out the Regard Circle. So, and of course Obscure Dread's ability will also pop up as well. It does gain plus 1 critical. With both players now being at 3 and 3, criticals are something that will put some heat around their collars. So just gotta hope that you know, it stays at 3 or it remains guardable still. So Obscure Dread, no Persona right, so it's a 23k plus 1 critical. 2 damage only. Still guardable in that sense if Kane does have enough or so. Alright. And making use of the promo from the Youth Quick promo, as I'll call it also, to look at the top few cards. Can't find what he is looking for, so the shuffle comes into play. And yeah. Gotta make sure that all cards are on the field right there. Nothing gets left behind. Every deck is Ohana. If you don't mind the banter a little bit. But nevertheless, Ching right now, paying for Eva's ability. So there's 4 order cards. Then choosing to put 1 into the hand, and then the rest gets sent to the bottom of the deck. Calabash is scarce also, but of course there is the great one. There is the great one that allows Shinji to countercharge 1. So you just need to send the order into soul. As you can see right now, he might be deciding to do just that actually, as I just mentioned. So let's see what is the decision here. Okay, resting 3 one more time. So blast 1. Choose one of your glitter units against plus 5k to the end of the turn. Alright, just want to make sure that there's enough counter charges going off also, so that there's enough to pay for Eva's own ability to call out another Obscure Dread from deck from hand too as well. But nevertheless, this Obscure Dread is attacking right now. This one was there at the last turn, so that Obscure Dread only gets plus 10k, so it's 23. Alright, counting out, plus 10k to the Vanguard because there's a critical trigger there. Eva coming in, counter blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and searching for an Obscure Dread from deck or from hand. There's an Obscure Dread from the deck as well, a grade 2. And the shuffle comes into play. But this is Eva currently attacking, if my power is correct, I think it's believe 18k, so yeah. Alright, so the grade 2 Obscure Dread will get plus 5k when he attacks, so it's a 15 on its own. Kids Peak guarding for 2. First check critical trigger. All effects to that Obscure Dread, second check critical as well. All effects are going straight to that grade 2 Obscure Dread also. Alright, so the grade 2 Obscure Dread is out 35k with the boost, because the grade 2 does have the boost ability. But a simple guard, and of course it does attack your front row thanks to the glitter ability as well, so the Short Spada is gone. And now this Obscure Dread, 23, double critical, easy guard for 5k, so yeah. Alrighty, the turn passes over to Kane right now. And he's got another Persona right for Unica, draw 1. Okay. I don't have the deck on hand as I mentioned also, but I did manage to find time to let you guys know that and now we see Clean Sweep Dragon coming into play. So sending 3 of his regards all straight into the soul. Alright, and then for every card that's put into the soul, then this unit gets plus 5k. So Clean Sweep Dragon is going in for 25-35 plus Persona 2 as well. And the grade 2 coming down as well. The grade 2's ability is that if you have a trigger unit in Bind Zone 2 or more trigger units in Bind Zone, then using gets plus 10k. So that's a 30k. I believe it's a wolf if I'm not wrong. So. But Unica attacking right now, so blast 3, and of course all criticals that were so blasted by his ability will get sent to the bind. There's no way around it. You're not gonna get that critical back into the drop. It's already got 3, but more will have to go there. So, but PG here from Ching's side. first check, no trigger, third check, all three no triggers, so I'm a bit slow on my pickup there, so but there is no trigger across the board. But now we see that it's coming in, that's 35, that's 39. Sorry, not 35, that's 30, 34 coming in. So just nice. Oh, but no damage, no tick right there. Critical trigger goes into soul, plus 2k to clean sweep. Clean sweep will be attacking for 37 if I've counted correctly from earlier. Right now at 4 damage for changing side, and he will choose to guard. Obscure Dread, of course, also has because of the glitter, it does get plus 10k shield too as well. It's considered 10k shield. So yeah, quick trigger count just to make sure. Alrighty, and here we see the Great One promo order coming in. So counter plus 1 using Eva's ability, counter plus 1. Alrighty, adding a card to hand. Too quick, so couldn't see what it was, but that deck is looking mighty thin right now. So mighty thin right now. So cards goes to the bottom of the deck. So yeah. Alright, so calling out the grade 2. So as long as you have enough research order in it, you can count plus 1 and call it out for the drop to the Vanguard circle. Alright, Obscure Dread coming into as well. And of course, resting 3, so blast 1, and of course, plus 5k to Obscure Dread there. Alright, then the Great 1 research order going to soul, counter charge 1. Gotta make sure that you have enough soul and also counter blaster, so to pay for Eva's cost to call out another Obscure Dread. Alright, so the Vanguard coming to attack right now. Right, so having a ruling check right now. Okay, so there's a mistiming because of the basically it's a mistiming, so not able to grab the Obscure Dread from the drop zone because there was a moment in time where the timing was missed. But no harm, no foul, so just gotta make sure that you're aware of what you're playing there. So. Combined Rusher coming in. Alright, gotta get that cut in, no problem at all. In this case, this is more than a cut, so this is more of a shuffle also. Right now, so. But yeah, have to note that so both players over triggers are actually not out just yet. So it is 4-4 right now. Doing a trigger count right now, just to see how many cards are out and about at this stage. How many triggers I should say is out and about in this stage. Front trigger as well as a heal trigger coming in. So the heal trigger's effects are going straight to Obscure Dread, healing out the research order, and yeah, Obscure Dread will be attacking for 43 right now. Attacking Clean Sweep Dragon. Clean Sweep Dragon is a bit more dangerous also, so can't have that happening also. But I think G may have failed to remember so that that Clean Sweep Dragon, he has another one in there, but it doesn't matter because as long as there's no Persona Riot, Clean Sweep Dragon actually cannot do anything. So it has that limiter in that sense also. But nevertheless, the grade 3 coming down and actually sending 2 trigger cards from the drop zone into the soul. Alright. It does get plus 5k if I remember correctly. Let me just pull up the card one more time. Yeah, so this unit gets plus 5k for the turn. Alright. So Soul Blasting 3, and then of course another critical goes out. That's all the soul that's gonna be there. Just enough actually to pay for Unica's full ability. So it will gain the retire, it will gain the plus drive, it will gain the plus critical too as well. Alright, trigger check there on Kane's side. Turnabout's fair play. So yeah, now the guarding comes. PG coming in, protecting Eva herself from any dastardly extra damage. The heal did help as well, but you can't have any extra criticals there. But unfortunately, there's no triggers on the drive check for Kane's side. Alright, so there's like 18 if I'm counting that correctly. 50k guards that off very easily. Right, and the turn passes over, so all guards are successful right now. So 3 cards left in the hand for Ching right now. He still has a lot that he can do for, even though he's got no counter blast. That's no problem because he still does have one of the grade 1 orders in there. But if he can put down another order, another research order, which he does, he's able to safely put that in, and Astoria will still be able to gain its full power from there. So yeah. Two cards left in hand as well. He's gonna go all out, or he's gonna try and conserve as much as possible. He knows that he's got 4 attacks for sure. Alright. But of course, playing down the grade 1 from DPT-08. Let me just quickly fetch that card's data. Alright. Waveless. So managing to Soul Blast 2, then he gets to draw a card. And of course sending the promo order straight into the Soul, counter charge 1. And manage to fetch back Obscure Dread from the drop. So picking which Obscure Dread to pick back. And Combined Rusher now attacking. Just by himself. Really nail-biting match that we have for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. So, but the guard there will come into play. Combined does get plus 10k, so 10k guard will block this off easily. Alright, Card plus 1, Soul plus 1. We're gonna look for an Obscure Dread in the deck. No Obscure Dreads in there. All of them are out some way somehow. But he does have the Obscure Dread that he fetched back from the drop into the hand thanks to the set order's ability. I also gotta point out for Waveless as well. So Waveless also does get plus 5k if there are 3 or more research cards in the order zone. So that's a big column from there. So with Obscure Dread not only be able to attack the entire front row. Guarding for 2 right now. First check, front trigger. Ooh, second check. Ooh, front trigger. Talk about a second one as well. So straight up 2 damage. Draw trigger, draw 1. Can he find a heal? Nope. Unfortunately, Kane is not able to find the heal trigger and the game is over. Oof. Alrighty, what a match indeed. So now I'm flashing up the deck list, and I gotta point out right now that we are unable to get the Eva players Chi Ying's deck list here for you guys right now. But the only reason why that is because there was a mix-up on our end, so we apologize for not being able to showcase the Eva decks from there. But as you can see here with what Kane is playing right now. So again, First Vanguard is actually the critical trigger, so guaranteeing that you get that one critical trigger in there instead of having to work towards it is a pretty smart move. Definitely something that really helps to ensure that you could get Unica online straight up once she takes the field from there. So, but of course, a lot of other things in here too as well that really supports having triggers into the soul some way somehow, so you can pay for things like a short Spada and a few other attacks too as well, and of course Peaceful Dragon being a very good generic card and good removal also that will send cards into the soul really will be able to help also with some field control, which Unica could use so that it doesn't take in too much. But of course with the early guards it does help play with a playthrough and all that also. And yeah, that's it. So do be sure to like and subscribe to us here at CVGS and ring the bell so you get notified of all our videos whenever we get a release. If you guys want to check out the other fight video that we have, the other tournament fight video we have for you guys, which is between Maelstrom and Lukia, you can check that video that's out right now, so be sure to check the links in the end slate for that also. And that's it for me. So with all that said, thank you guys again for joining me, and we'll see you